Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome to another Printify webinar. My name is Martin. It's my pleasure to welcome you because you're in for a good one today. Now, this business of e-commerce that we have chosen is by its very nature an impersonal business, meaning that we don't get to interact with our customers one-on-one. So the conversations we have with our customers is done through the products we sell, our descriptions, our titles, and our mock-up images, which is exactly what we're here to discuss today. Mock-up images. And joining me to discuss this very interesting and crucial topic is Emile Ben-Atar from Placeit. Hi, Emile. How are you doing today?
Hey, how's it going, Martin? Hi, everyone.
Wonderful. All right. Well, we're going to do a deep dive into the world of mockups, and you'll be able to learn everything you've ever wanted to know to make sure you and your mockups will stand out and convert those customers into paying customers, which is crucial, specifically here when the holiday season is kicking off. Now, the second week of November is when things really start getting crazy. So if you're not ready by now, get ready super, super quick because the demand from your customers is never going to be higher than it is in the next few weeks. So, what are we going to discuss today? Well, we're going to discuss a whole bunch of topics. But as you know, we're going to give away some prizes along the way. For three lucky winners, for three randomly selected winners that answer today's trivia question correctly, you will get a prize package of a Gildan 18,000 sweatshirt, a holiday ornament with a personalized special message just from us to you, and a personalized Printify Webinars mug, as well as $50 of Printify sales credit put directly into your Printify account. So pay attention because the trivia question will be based on the information that Emile presents today. And we'll be putting a link to where you can answer that question at the end of today's discussion. And also, I'm going to ask that you have your Printify accounts open and ready and navigate by hitting the wallet button to the payment section and scroll down to where it says coupons because at 2 points during today's presentation, I'm going to be giving out a coupon code and the first person out there who enters it correctly will get $50 of Printify sales credit placed directly into their accounts. And I see the chat is blowing up already. We've got the Money Mint who wins the award for the first comment of the day. We've got Jessica from Virginia checking in, North Carolina, Catherine, and England, Keith. Hi, English Keith. Good to see you. But we have a very international crowd, including our guest who's joining us all the way from Australia. So keep those comments coming. And if you have questions based on our discussion, go ahead and put those into the chat. Our moderator, Christops, will collect those, and Emile and I will be happy to address those at the end of today's presentation. So don't hang on to them until the end. As they come to you, go ahead and pop those in. We'll take care of it from there. All right. And I would like to invite everybody out there to join me for my live Q&A sessions that I do live from my home studio. Come join me on Mondays and Wednesdays. Sit down, let's talk about anything you want to talk about. My only goal is to make you more knowledgeable and therefore more profitable. And we're going to put a link to that in the chat right now. So join me, 100% free, Mondays and Wednesdays. And stick around later because Emile is going to be sharing a link where you can sign up for Placeit, and there'll be a special little benefit along with that. So stick around until the end for that as well. All right, so what are we going to cover today? Well, first you're going to learn all about Placeit and how to use it. We're going to talk about why mock-up images are important, what makes a good mock-up image, and how to choose the right mock-up images, and then some best practices, and then, of course, that live Q&A that I promised you. So why don't we talk first about where you can find Placeit on the Printify platform, and then we'll get right into the meat and potatoes of today's discussion. All you need to do is during the after you have clicked save in the mockup generator and it gets you to the next stage of the publishing flow, you'll find a button where you can connect to Placeit right there. It's highlighted on the screen for you, but be aware, this will only appear if you have a store connected to your account. So if you don't see it, that's why. Go ahead and connect to store, or go ahead and connect to your Etsy, your Shopify store, or your Printify pop-up store, and it will magically appear. Okay? Wonderful. Well, Emile, let's start things off. Why is using the right mock-up image so important?
Great. Hey, Martin. Thanks for having me today. It's great to speak to the awesome Printify community. Right, so why are mock-up images so important? I mean, in this day and age, obviously, anywhere you're selling your assets and your products is going to be a crowded place, and you've got to find a way to stand out from the crowd. And I think portraying whatever product you're selling on whatever device that you depict your users to use that product is going to be the best way to do that, right? So it adds realism and some dynamism to your product.
Okay, wonderful. Yes, mock-up images are super important. I always say, especially for you Etsy merchants out there, that product description where you pack it full of keywords, that's for the Etsy algorithm. But but the mock-up image, that's what your customer looks at to click on to decide to investigate further whether or not they want to convert into a paying customer or not. Okay, so let's talk about mock-up images, meaning human versus non-human. Now, it's been my understanding that mock-up images that use real human beings convert better. Is that something you could agree with?
Absolutely. I think that's that speaks to my shopping experience, to anyone's shopping experience, that we relate to humans more than we relate to non-humans. So I think if you can show how your product is looking on a human, but not just a human, someone that falls within the target demographic that you're trying to appeal to, I think that's a super powerful tool to use at your disposal.
And we're going to explore that aspect a little bit later in today's discussion. But so let's talk specifically about the pros and cons of using a mock-up image that may or may not be selling a product that has a one-to-one match to the product that you're selling. Like, for instance, if I'm selling a Gildan 18,500 hoodie. Now this is a question I've come across a few times in my discussion with merchants. How important is it to display the human being, the model, so to displaying an exact Gildan 18,500 hoodie? How important is that?
Look, at the end of the day, I don't think that the person or the user, viewing your product on a Gildan 18,000 hoodie versus a 5,000 hoodie or whatever it is going to distinguish between the two. I think a hoodie is a hoodie, and at the end of the day, that's what you're trying to sell. So I think users shouldn't get too bogged down the specific item code that they're trying to mock up. At the end of the day, if that's what you're selling, through your e-commerce business, then a hoodie, a mock-up of a hoodie is what you need.
I agree, because what you're ultimately trying to do with that mock-up image is invoke a feeling. And if you accomplish that, having a one-to-one match with the product is not as important as that feeling. If you can make your customer identify with it and trigger that part of the brain, I think you're doing the right things, okay? So wonderful. So what makes a good mock-up images? What are the fundamentals of an effective mock-up image?
Well, I guess there's four fundamentals that I would say, right? So one is realism. So we've got to create a most real environment or as close to one as possible through a mock-up. So I'm talking about at Placeit we use real life models. Okay, so you go on Placeit and you can choose whatever model that you're looking for, right? So people come in all different, shapes and sizes, kids, adults, whatever you need, right? So I think as long as you can portray that realism through your image, I think you're doing well. I think the next point would be a high quality. So obviously any image you're using has to be of high quality because that's going to resonate the best on that product, right? Versatility as well. The image or the mock-up that you're producing has to be as versatile as possible. So I'm talking about, for example, an iPhone mock-up or a hoodie mock-up could be, standing at the beach versus standing in the street versus standing, sitting in an office. So, it has to have that versatility to it. And it has to highlight the product at the end of the day, which is what that comes down to what I was saying before. A hoodie is a hoodie. So, that your mock-up image has to portray those four things. And if you can tick those four boxes, you're going to have a pretty killer mock-up image.
Oh, 100%. And if for those of you out there that like to mix it up a little bit and offer some human images versus some static images, it's important to dress those static images up a little bit, like kind of stage them with like a pair of shoes or a belt and like a palm frond. I'm sure you've seen those before online when doing your shopping. And we have a pretty neat tool here at Printify where you can apply a custom background to your image and sort of give your store a theme. Now that's available in the preview section. If you're creating a product on our mockup generator and you click the preview mode, you'll find the option to upload a custom background. Now it's not available with all products yet, but it soon will be. We just start with the most popular ones first, and eventually it'll filter all the way down through the catalog. So chances are, whatever it is you're selling, you can apply that custom background to sort of spruce up your mockup image, and that's 100% free to use from Printify. But let's talk about video mockups. Now those are getting pretty. I'm seeing them more and more than I used to. How would you characterize the nature of a video image versus a static image, be it human or non-human?
Well, I guess a video mock-up, Martin, it's a great question. Obviously, you're right. More and more merchants are using video mock-ups, and it just adds, I would say, a dynamic representation of your product. Okay, so I think the more realism, and I use that word realism over and over again, that you can add to your mock-up or to whatever kind of marketing asset, I guess, that you're producing. The better off you're going to be, the more likely are you're going to kind of hit a conversion. I've actually got a slide if we want to jump to the slides very quickly.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so this is just a quick, I've just got two slides. I just want to show the users, right? So Placeit has, a library of thousands of video mockups, and we update these on a monthly basis, all right? So these feature all your diverse models, all in kind of video mockup form, and it really allows you to create professional, high quality mockups in seconds. And this is, I think, depicts why video mockups are so important, right? So it's going to add dynamic representation, realistic visualization to your product, and that contextual use. So, if it's a throw over for a sofa, and you want to sort of show that sofa with the throw over on it in a dynamic way, then a video mockup is going to be the best way to do that. If it's going to be I don't know, a beanie or a hat or anything else, our models are kind of all around the world, kind of sitting on a beach with the wind in their hair, right? Or any sort of situation that you might find yourself in, we have a mock-up for it. And I think the last point I'll make on video mock-ups is it increases engagement. I'm looking at this polo top. I like the way it looks. I'm seeing more of the model as he's wearing the polo. I'm seeing my logo on the polo in a dynamic format, and I think it's a really strong marketing tool.
Okay, yeah, it really jumps off the page.
Right. It jumps off the page. Absolutely, that was the word I was looking for. Thank you.
No worries, and it really gives you a chance to bring a theme to your store. With having access to thousands and thousands of images, you can kind of pick and choose, and again, do the best to represent your to evoke that feeling that you're trying to create in your customers, and you can do that very very easily with Placeit and being able to theme your stores. Would you agree?
Absolutely, and I think the fundamental point that I missed out there is it increases sales, and at the end of the day, that's what we want to help users to do. So, absolutely, way forward.
Okay, wonderful. I agree 100%. It's all about increasing sales. Let's talk a little bit more about not only just the mock-up images for our storefronts, but also what we use in social media. How are you guys set up to help our merchants with that?
Well, on Placeit, obviously you have various categories, right? So you've got mock-ups, you've got design, templates for t-shirts, and then obviously a massive part of that is the video templates and social media templates we have on Placeit. That would be for Instagram, that would be for Facebook. So essentially, once you've created your mockup and you want to go and promote that mockup across your own social media channels, you can do that pretty seamlessly by creating your social media asset and then literally posting and sharing it straight from Placeit. So I think Placeit is very much a mockup generator as well as many other things, but I think it's a suite of marketing tools for an e-commerce merchant as well.
Wonderful. Yeah. And for those of you out there that aren't fully leveraging the power of social media, maybe it's time to make that a priority in the new year. And we're going to be bringing you content specifically designed to help you with your social media marketing campaigns and your branding and things like that. So stay tuned for that next year from Printify webinars. Okay. So, we've talked about social media. We've talked about on our storefront. What other uses are there out there for mockup images?
Well, I mean, mock-up images can be used in any sort of marketing campaign that you want to run digitally, right? I mean, it's we've spoken about social media. Obviously, that's a huge thing. I think one other social media channel that I would like to mention is TikTok. We've added a bunch of thousands of new templates to TikTok as well, and adding, every day more and more. So I think it's very important that social media is a very broad spectrum, Martin. I think it means 101 different things. So I think merchants should make sure that they're exploring every single channel that they can. I think, mockups can be used anywhere, really. I think social media is one of the places, on your own site, in your shops, obviously. I mean, that's pretty obvious. Trying to think where else you could use a mock-up.
Well,
anywhere else? TV, billboards.
Basically, anywhere you're communicating with your customers, you can use a mock-up image that is accurately displaying your products in a way that makes your customers want to buy. And again, invoking those feelings. I have a feeling that we're going to be mentioning the word feeling a few more times, because that's what it's all about. Making your customers identify with your image and then drive them to convert into a customer. Okay, wonderful. All right, well, I promised our audience that I was going to give away a little bit of money, and I'm nothing if not a man of my word. So I'm going to ask all of you out there to get ready and navigate to the wallet section of your Printify account on the left-hand side. From the little drop-down menu, click on Payments, and then go to the area where it is marked Coupons, because I'm going to give away our first coupon code. Now, the first one of you out there that puts it in correctly will win $50 of Printify sales credit, boom, directly into your account. Now, you won't see bells and whistles saying, congratulations, you won. You're either going to get the $50 or it's going to say this coupon doesn't exist because we only created one of them. So, and if you do win, let us know in the chat so we can all celebrate. All right, with that said, let's give away some money. So today's first coupon code is mockup conversion, all one word spelled just like this. I hear the world feverishly typing out there. Good luck. I hope you were paid attention in typing class, because here's where that really pays off. And congratulations to whomever out there is the $50 winner. Again, let us know in chat so we can all celebrate. But if you didn't win, don't worry. You're going to have another chance here later on to put $50 into your Printify account. All right. Well, we've been talking about Placeit. Let's learn a little bit more about Placeit itself. Okay. First of all, let's just start with the story of Placeit. Where did it begin, and how is it developed into what it is today?
Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, let's go right back to the start. I mean, it's a pretty fascinating story. Placeit was actually born out of a city in Mexico called Guadalajara, and it was established in 2012, right? So quite a few years back now. And it was literally just a fun project amongst a couple of friends that they actually wanted to promote a web designer tool that they created back in the day. And they wanted to see how whatever web page you were creating looked on an iPhone or any other device. So they actually just created this really, hacked together project that could actually mock up your web page on a device. And then it extended into apparel, then came video mockups, then later design templates, logo makers. And then I guess Placeit is what you see it as today.
Okay, so Placeit in its current form, who is it exactly for?
I guess, look, Placeit is for many, many different cohorts, I guess. Obviously, print on demand is our biggest sort of use case, I would say. But we're seeing graphic designers, entrepreneurs of many different walks of life, small businesses, the gaming community can use Placeit. I'll give you a quick sort of idea of how a gamer could use Placeit. We have a lot of gamers on Twitch, and they can create, hoodies for their own branding and merch. And then obviously they use Placeit to first of all create a gaming template on Twitch, then create their design for their hoodie, and then obviously promote that through their social media channels through Placeit as well. So that's probably a good use case there. And in terms of Printify users, I guess, creating their mockups, video mockups, and then also promoting their own stores through social media. They can even design a logo for their store on Placeit as well. So it really is all walks of life. I think one community that people didn't realize would be even amateur sport teams that need a new jersey for their school team. Even that's a use case.
Okay. Great. Now on Printify, we have a pretty vast catalog. Now, if I sell some of the more obscure products, am I going to be able to find those on Placeit? What kind of products am I able to advertise using Placeit?
Oh, anything between I'm talking a t-shirt to a mug to a tote bag to a pillow for your sofa. It really does broadly kind of cover those categories. I mean, there's literally hundreds of thousands of mockups in Placeit. So I think we'd be here all day if I mentioned everyone.
Okay, great. I'm sold. I'm in. So, but I'm all thumbs when it comes to technology like this. Is it easy to use? How does it work?
Yeah, it's super easy to use. Essentially, it's a super user-friendly, intuitive UX. So essentially, you go on and let's say we'll start from scratch, right? So you want a t-shirt design, you go on the design templates category, you choose your design, or if you have a design already, you can then choose the mock-up or that you're selling. So let's say I'm selling this awesome sweatshirt. I go on to Placeit, I choose the sweatshirt model that I want. I choose the environment I want it in. I'll obviously choose a video mockup, and then it's simply upload my image onto that mockup. It's generated within seconds. I then have the option to download that and use it as I wish.
Okay. Wonderful. Well, let's switch gears slightly and talk about how to pick the right mock-up image because you touched on it a little bit earlier. So let's dive back into that. How should I, like, if I have a store that's targeting a specific niche, that's volleyball players or stay-at-home moms, something like that. How do I go about navigating through Placeit to find the image that works best for me?
Look, we have an awesome search filter and search and discovery offering on Placeit, powered by AI. So I think, our search bar is definitely your destination there. So you can simply type in, I don't know, sports jersey or if you're looking at something that's related to the beach, you might type in beach there, and then you could get all sorts of types of, I don't know, beach paraphernalia or sports team. You could actually go specific and say soccer, tennis, whatever you're looking for. I'm actually doing it right now. And it will give you all the options. And I think that's great with Placeit. So if you're not actually sure what mockup you want, you just type in that category and it will actually serve you options.
Okay, yeah, and some people out there might get a little bit overwhelmed by the pure volume of selection, but in a way that's a good thing. When you're presented with so many choices, it gives you the opportunity to, one, make sure that you are choosing images that maybe your competition isn't using, so it gives your store a fresh look. So it doesn't look like you're sort of repeating the same mock-up image over and over again. And as you're going through selecting your mock-up image, if you are targeting a niche that you yourself are a member of, well, then you just have to look for the images that speak to you. But if you're targeting a niche or a customer that is not yourself, if you're a different demographic, age group, whatever it might be, you're going to have to put yourself in the mindset of that customer and then go through the catalog of mock-up images with them in mind. Make sure it looks like them. If you're targeting men over 40, well, it would make sense to choose a mock-up image of a man over 40, much like myself. Okay, so those are the things that you have to keep in mind. So what sort of advice would you have for our customers, excuse me, for our merchants, Emile, to really make their store stand out?
Well, I guess choosing the right mock-up image, choosing a video mock-up as well. I think use dynamic colors, try and stand out in any possible way. So, I'm just looking at mock-ups here to do with tennis. So you've got all different kind of tennis grips. You've got pink grips and blue grips, and you've got ones that show a court and don't show a court. So there's all these different variables that you can choose. And I think you've got to be really laser focused on choosing the right one. And I think, if it stands out to your eye, it's going to stand out to your users as well.
I agree. And I mentioned previously about not using the same images that your competition is using. Well, how are you going to know what images your competition is using? You got to do your competitor research. Now, you'd be surprised how many conversations I have with merchants that this doesn't even occur to them. Now, whether it's finding the right price, finding the right mock-up image, making sure that you're even targeting the customer correctly. You've got to be looking at your competition to make sure they're not doing something that you should be doing, or find something that they're not doing that you can be doing. And one of those is using very unique, very interesting mock-up images that speak directly to the customer you are targeting. Okay, wonderful. Well,
Okay, Martin, can I just add something else?
Sure, go ahead.
Just one quick point. I think this is a bit of a pearl of wisdom that I want to pass on. All the mock-ups in the gallery and the library of Placeit are auto defaulted to the newest. So I think that's also a way that you'll use it to stay ahead of the competition, because the minute they choose a mock-up on Placeit, they're pretty much guaranteed it's the newest one available, and the likelihood of someone else using that is lower. So I think that's, make sure that it's always set to newest, and that's always defaulted as newest anyway. So we're giving you a helping hand there from the get-go.
Ooh, great tip. Now, how often are you posting new images, and how many images are you posting? Does it happen on a regular schedule? How does that work?
It happens on a daily schedule.
Okay.
So we probably can't put a number on it, but a number of new mock-ups every day and hundreds every month. So, yeah.
Okay, wonderful.
Definitely.
Well, the holiday season is here. It's the best time of the year to be a print-on-demand merchant. What do you guys offer in terms of holiday-specific mock-ups?
Oh, tons. Placeit are super honed in on kind of seasonal offerings. Obviously, we have the big Christmas coming up as well. So you're going to see a lot of kind of tinsels and, deers on images and things like that. So it's very seasonal, very on trend, and constantly updated. So you can guarantee that, whatever season that you're looking to promote, Placeit will have it.
Great. And merchants out there, don't be afraid of refreshing your product images by using some themed content like for the upcoming holiday season, because that is exactly what your customers are looking for. And in terms of evoking emotion, well, right then and there, looking at a holiday themed mock-up image, you're speaking to the exact reason they're out there looking for products in the first place, because they want to buy stuff to put underneath the tree this year, or send across country to their uncle that can't make it this year. Okay, so it's super important to keep that in mind, and using holiday themed mock-ups is a great way to immediately evoke that kind of emotion. Okay, wonderful. Well, before we transition over to the Q&A portion of today's webinar, I want to give away a little bit more money. Okay, so I'm going to ask everyone to pull out your Printify accounts, and big shout out to Ketchup King. Ketchup King was the winner of the $50 sales credit there earlier. So congratulations on your fast typing. And guess what? You've got another chance here, Ketchup King, to win some more money. So again, navigate to Wallet. Get to payments and then find the coupon entry area and prepare to enter today's second coupon. Holiday Madness. We were just talking about the holidays. It's the holiday season, Holiday Madness. All one word spelled just like this. Whomever it is that wins the $50, please let us know in the chat and we will be happy to celebrate. And again, you're not going to see bells and whistles. You're either going to get the money or not. It's going to, and whatever you do, don't put it into the chat of the live webinar that goes in your Printify account. Every time I see people typing it into the chat, that's the wrong place. But don't worry, we're going to have more webinars this year where you'll have more chances to win. Okay. So again, I'd like to invite everybody to join me for my live Q&A sessions that I do on Mondays and Wednesdays. They're 100% free. Sit down with me. Let's talk about whatever you want to talk about. We've been doing store audits where you send me a link to your store. We go through it. We pop it up so everyone can see. I show you what you're doing right, what you should improve, that sort of thing. We do keyword research. I answer your questions. Even if you're brand new, come join me. No question is too big or too small. Again, Mondays and Wednesdays, 100% free. And just a quick reminder that we're going to pop a link into the chat to a post-webinar survey where you can let us know how we did today, what you'd like to see from us in the new year. And 3 lucky people who answered today's trivia question based on the information Emile presented today will win a Gildan 18,000 sweatshirt, which is about to triple or almost quadruple in popularity in these next upcoming weeks. A special holiday ornament directly from Printify with a special message, and a personalized Printify Webinars mug for your eggnog this year. And $50 of Printify sales credit placed directly into your account. Okay. Well, we've got quite a few questions today, Emile. Are you ready to answer some questions?
Absolutely.
All right. Well, we've got our first question today by Maureen McBride. Thank you so much for joining us today, Maureen. How effective are AI-generated models as mockup? Ooh, the AI question.
That is a great question. Thank you, Maureen. That's a great question. Yeah, look, AI-generated models have been a thing for a while now, and Placeit have dived right in. If you check out the AI model library, there's tons of them. I guess it depends on the product. Again, if you're trying to sell a hoodie or a T-shirt on an AI model, depending on the audience, I think, dare I say it, if it's a sort of a younger, trendier audience, I think AI images could work better. If it's more of a traditional product, then obviously you can't be real life. So I think it really depends on what the product is.
Yeah, and exactly. What's true about AI today is definitely not going to be true about AI tomorrow. So who knows what the new year will bring in terms of AI-generated models, okay? Or AI in general, okay? The next question comes from Divinely Gifted LLC. It's wonderful to see you today, Divinely Gifted LLC. Thank you for joining us. Does using a different item in the mockup violate Etsy's policies? Now, this was big news on Etsy lately. Now, I think as long as I'm trying not to speak for Etsy here because it says Printify on my shirt, so I'll speak from the Printify perspective, and we'd love to hear the Placeit perspective. But as long as you are accurately presenting the end product of your the end result of your product, and you are listing your print partner as Printify, as far as we're aware, that you are complying with Etsy's policy. Now, Emile, do you have anything to add to that?
Yeah, no, it's definitely been a topic of discussion over the last couple of weeks. There's heaps of information about it all around the web. I would say as long as you're using up-to-date mockups as much as possible. I think where the issue lies is when users are using very, very old mockups, and obviously Etsy's handmade policy may negate that. So I think if you can make sure that whenever you're using a new mockup, make sure you're using the most current one. And I think it's good practice to update your mockups every now and again just to stay on top of things. But I think in that regard, with the new assets that we're churning out every single day, as long as they're kept fresh, I think you should be absolutely fine.
Exactly. Even if you only update your store your mock-up images on your store every quarter, something like that. Well, by the time that new quarter comes up, you're going to have a whole lot of new stuff to choose from. Okay, but thank you very much for your question. Our next question comes from Marianella Hernandez. Wonderful, and what a beautiful name, Marianella. Thank you for joining us. Are you going to add glass ornaments? I do believe we do have glass ornaments. But yes, if you are not selling ornaments this holiday season, man, are you leaving money on the table, because ornaments are only popular this time of year. And I've been seeing the sales numbers for ornaments just creep up ever since, and they started a few months ago. So if you're just now getting to sell them, well, you're a little bit behind, but better late than never. And if you can offer any sort of level of personalization on your ornaments, you're going to be capturing sales that you otherwise wouldn't be poised to capture. So ornaments, yes. Personalization, yes. And do it yesterday. Okay. Marla Benson asked, clearly Placeit and Printify are teamed up. What about Placeit having a section that just has Printify products? Yeah, what about that?
Oh, great question. Well, yeah, we're actually working on that as we speak. I think I'll send Martin a link later, which you can share with the users, that actually tag any products that are Printify products. So we've got around 100 products on Placeit currently that have all been generated with real life models. So you can actually just type in Printify to the search bar. And Martin, if you could share this link, I share with you later, and that will actually tag and show you a collection of Printify tagged products, and there's a heap of them.
Wonderful. And for those of you watching on repeat, we're going to add that to the description of this video. So no need to go anywhere. Just scroll down. You can find that link right away. Okay. Wonderful. All right. Keith Everett has a question. Can Placeit have a system where we can match the color of the mockup to the actual color of the shirts? For example, forest green on the Gildan 18,000 or like entering a hex code maybe. Is there any sort of functionality like that?
I believe there might be, but there is a whole heap of product features coming out, and I'm pretty sure that that's one of them. I think color matching is definitely very important. So if it's not there already, it will be very soon. But that's great feedback, so thank you.
Okay, and since you brought it up, any of these other features you can give us the inside scoop on?
Yes, I can. If we can just jump back to the slides, if you don't mind.
Sure.
So we have literally just released our background remover. I mean, it's pretty simple, but I just showed you the video mock-up there. But if we're not happy with the background, we can actually remove it, and then obviously take the real life model and place that model in any environment we want. So that's a really seamless solution. For anyone that wants to remove a background, it happens literally within 3 seconds. I can vouch for that. And it's a really powerful tool, so I urge your users to use it.
Okay, wonderful, excellent. Thanks for giving us a peek behind the curtain. And let me just pass on one more quick tip to our audience, because that's going to be it for our questions. But before we say goodbye, I always have people asking me, "Hey, Martin, where do I upload the mock-up image on Printify?" Okay, well, first of all, if you're looking to do it on Printify, if you're using a custom mockup image like from Placeit, you're looking in the wrong place. What you're going to want to do is upload those on your sales channel specifically, because there's no functionality to do that on the Printify side of things and then publish them directly to your sales channel. You're going to, after you've published your product, you're going to want to go ahead and edit that listing on your sales channel specifically and upload a custom mockup image. But beware, if you republish that product and you don't use selective publishing on the Printify side to deselect the mockup image, that will be overwritten by a Printify mockup. Okay, so don't erase all that hard work you did by editing your product listing on your storefront. Use selective publishing when republishing a product and just deselect the information you don't want overwritten on your storefront. Okay, wonderful. All right, well, Emile, this was wonderful. I hope you folks out there got some useful information out of this to turbocharge your mockup images. Give Placeit a chance at your business, and I think we're going to pop in a link to sign up for Placeit. What do they get, Emile, by clicking on this link to sign up?
By clicking on the link, your users will get 15% off their first month subscription at Placeit. So that's a great way to try the product out and hopefully use it, in the future.
Wonderful. Yes, and take advantage of those holiday themed mockups. Again, we're right here in the second week of November when things really start to explode. Okay, so adding a little bit of a holiday theme to your store is doing yourself a favor. Okay. Wow. All right, let's put in our link to our survey where you can answer the trivia question and win some prizes. I'll be in touch with you personally, the 3 randomly selected winners. I hope you were paying attention to Emile's presentation. Answer it correctly and win the prizes. And thank you very much for joining us. We're going to take next week off, obviously, because it's Thanksgiving. So a happy Thanksgiving to all you folks out there. But we'll be back November 30th. And I'll be sitting down with print-on-demand millionaire superstar Jay D'Souza, and we're going to be talking about how to make the most out of the holidays and tips and tricks from one of the best. And the good news is you can join live and ask him all the questions that have been burning live and in person, and we will answer them there. Emile, thank you so much for sharing your time with us. Thank you to the folks over at Placeit, and thank you, Printify merchants. Good luck this holiday season. It's going to be wild, but we're here to support you at every step. So join me for my live Q&As. Come back in 2 weeks, and have a wonderful and happy Thanksgiving, everybody. Bye-bye now.
Happy holidays, everyone. Thanks.